And have you never asked yourself that if education makes you more liberal and getting an education makes you less conservative, does that mean conservative ideas maybe aren't based in truth?
The far right is obsessed with America's education system, but they aren't interested in making it any better. Instead, Republicans across the country are spending hundreds of millions of dollars to capture and reform America's public schools. Here's one reason why.
Except it's literally the opposite. A wider ideological gap between more and less educated adults. Adults with postgraduate experience most likely to have consistently liberal politics.
Survey research from nonpartisan organizations like Pew Research has consistently shown that more educated Americans are more likely to hold progressive political views. And more concerningly for Republicans, those educated voters are more likely to vote for Democrats. And since the GOP has no message to win elections, they're doing the next best thing. They're dumbing down the electorate. You've got that right. In their effort to polarize school board races and fill administrative positions with far-right ideologues, Republicans are going after furries. And while that's so stupid it's hilarious, the end results are nothing to smile about. Republicans have used these media bait scare tactics to successfully gain control of dozens of school boards across America. And now those school boards are in charge of deciding what your children can learn. And let's just reiterate, this has nothing to do with improving education at all. As we've already seen, a functioning education system actually hurts GOP competitiveness nationwide. So instead, Republicans like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis are bringing national resources to local races, including hosting high-dollar fundraisers that have been previously unheard of in community-level school board contests. Despite warnings from local and state activists, the National Democratic Party was once again caught completely off guard by the GOP's political warfare. But that doesn't mean there aren't powerful voices outlining real strategies to push back on the GOP war on education. Here's Run for Something co-founder Amanda Littman with some advice on how to protect the 20,000 school board races that will be on the ballot this year.
We need good people to run because otherwise the absolute worst people are going to replace in these openings. There are something like 20,000 school board races on the ballot this year. About half of them are in November, about half of them occur at other points throughout the year. We desperately need good people to run for these positions, even though it's scary, even though it might be dangerous, because the alternative is so much worse.
The number one thing Democrats can do to actually fight back is to build a local leadership bench by recruiting candidates to run for school board and other local offices. Republicans may have realized just how powerful the local jobs can be, but that doesn't mean most voters actually agree with them. Sadly, many of the right's biggest local victories came from races where they were completely unopposed. So what does this all look like in practice? Well, nothing good. In Texas, Republican school boards are banning more books than at any time in state history, with a focus on books that portray same-sex relationships as normal. In liberal Austin, Texas, the GOP's list of books to consider banning runs almost 850 titles long, including books that portray the realities of racism and slavery in America. And in April, a Tennessee lawmaker urged his supporters to burn books that state Republicans had marked out as containing illegal knowledge. That's terrifying, but he's hardly alone. Research by Education Week has shown that over 60 bills to ban books have been introduced in 24 states, just under half of the entire country. Republicans like to call these proposed laws the Parents' Bill of Rights, but it actually strips parents of any power in the process at all. In over 900 school districts across the country, Republicans have pushed some form of this indefensible censorship. And without a surge in local activism and an organized attempt by Democrats to push back, Republicans are going to keep winning. Our schools are facing their biggest challenges in modern history, when the far right is eager to not only control the school boards, but to rewrite American history into an imagined past where Republicans, and only Republicans, are the heroes. We must do better than embracing that GOP fascist approach to learning. For Democrats, time is running out. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and consider subscribing. And leave a comment below to let me know what you think I should cover next.